What's going on, everybody? Resale Rabbit here. So for those of you who are new around here, I own an auction company. It's called Titletown Auctions here in Green Bay. We do mostly consignment, and a lot of people have been asking for more auction-related videos. And I feel like this is a great opportunity to do one, but it's not going to be here. This is all up for auction. It's going to be sold long before you watch this video. This is garbage. We are doing a campground up north. It's about an hour and a half away from Green Bay, which, if you live in a big city, an hour and a half doesn't seem like very far. That's the drive to the grocery store. For us, that's way up in the Northwoods. So I went and toured the facility 3 weeks ago maybe, got the contract signed and everything. We're going up there tomorrow to sell off, not everything. They're still in operation. They've been around for over 100 years. Maybe it was almost 100 years. I don't know, 100 years, somewhere in that range. But it's been in the family. The next generation just took over, and they want to clear out. They've got a large building full of stuff they want to clear out, as well as some equipment and stuff outside and a mobile home. So we're going to go up there and sell all that off. Everything takes place online, so we're going to be up there for 2 days. Hopefully we can get it done in 2 days, taking pictures, getting everything cataloged, and getting it on our website. The auction will run a week or two on our website. It'll all sell, and then we'll be up there again in a couple of weeks for pickup day, where everybody picks up the stuff they bought. It's going to be a lot of work. This place is full. I'm really hoping we can get it in one auction. I did tell the client that it's possible it might have to be 2 auctions just because of the volume of stuff there. And this building is packed to the rafters. I don't know how we're going to do it. I've been thinking about it for a couple of weeks now, and we're just going to wing it. I mean, at least as far as how we're going to organize it, because the building is full and we need to have places to stage all of the lots. This is what an auction looks like. We get 2 auctions right here in our facility where we've got everything on tables. Everything's tagged here, ready to be sold. This is all on our website. People are bidding on it. Of course, again, this is all going to be sold by the time you watch the video. But all sorts of different stuff that people bring to us to sell for them. And we just tag it, display it like this. People will buy it online and come pick it up. But wait till you see how full this building is. I don't know where we're going to have room to stage stuff like this. It's going to be interesting. It's just piles and piles of stuff. A lot of building materials, a lot of tools, antiques. But we're doing that tomorrow. Today's Sunday. Mitch, the guy who actually runs the auctions here, has a cabin way up there, about half an hour away. So we're going to go up there. We're going to hang out today, stay at the cabin, and we'll be staying at the cabin for a couple of days. Monday and Tuesday, we'll be working at this campground. I have to get loaded up, though. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ship eBay orders out, because the one person who's left here to keep this place from burning down, he's not the eBay guy. He knows how to ship items on eBay, and he will be doing the shipping, but I don't want him overwhelmed with all the weekend sales. So if I can at least get that caught up for him, that'll be easier. And then I got to load up the truck with all the supplies and everything that we're going to be bringing up. So, got boxes full of stuff. We've got 550 lot cards made. First aid kit. I brought this because some of the trailers have locks on them, and they said we're going to need to cut them off. I need to get staples for this. I forgot to grab some from home. We've got 2 shop carts. We've got a flat cart, 2 dollies. Over here, we've got a couple of laptops, some photo lights. These are just big LED lights. One of the rooms doesn't have lighting, so we can add some overhead lighting. Bags. In the truck already, I've got tables. I've also got a leaf blower, string trimmer, and an angle grinder. Angle grinder for cutting off locks. The leaf blower and string trimmer, just some of the stuff is outside. If there's leaves or tall grass piled up around it, we can clean that up a little bit before we take the pictures. It looks beautiful outside right now. You know, look how nice it is. It's sunny. It's probably about 80 degrees. It's all washed out. There, now you can see. That's today. It's supposed to rain tomorrow and Tuesday while we're there. And a lot of the stuff is outside, so that's not going to be fun. In fact, even if it's not raining, if it's darker and gloomier, the stuff outside isn't going to look that great in the pictures. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to take all the pictures of the outside stuff. It's only going to take about half an hour. but I may go back up later this week, early next week, something like that, take the pictures again. Because I want to, if the weather's nicer, I would rather have brighter, sunnier pictures to ensure that, I lost my train of thought. I'm thinking about other things at the same time. Brighter, sunnier pictures, the stuff will look better and it will sell better. I know nobody's going to think, well, it's cloudy outside. I'm not bidding on this thing. No, but it looks better, and subconsciously they're willing to pay more. I'm looking at my calendar here. It won't be early next week because Saturday through Tuesday, I'm going to be in Georgia. So it would have to be late next week. And the week after that, I'm going to be in Connecticut. Those two videos either already exist or will soon exist. At the very least, I think the Georgia one will already be uploaded. All right, I got to load this stuff up and get out of here. All loaded up. Now I just have to stop at the grocery store, get some water, some snacks, stuff like that. And I'm on my way out. Now, normally, I'm not as nervous about do I have everything as I am today. Because normally we're in town. So it's not that big of a deal to just run back to the warehouse and pick something up. And I basically always forget something. Or there's something that I don't think I need, but I end up needing like an extension cord, which I have 3. I don't have that luxury. And also, normally we've got more time to do the auction. Now we've got like a week and a half, but during that week and a half, I'm going to be in Georgia, and we've got weekends and everything. And also, this is an hour and a half-ish away. I don't want to be, I mean, it's a lot of work to drive up there. It's 3 hours of the day, almost half the day just in driving. And, you know, paying employees to be up there and everything is a pain. I'm going to bring walkie-talkies. That's a good idea. So we can communicate while we're up there. Did I mention there's absolutely no cell signal up there? I've got 2 phones, my work phone and my personal phone. When I was up there, neither of them had a signal. They do have Wi-Fi. It's an active, I guess, campground. They do have Wi-Fi, but it's not going to reach the part of the campground we're going to be working on. When we go to the clubhouse, that's probably where we're going to be eating. That's where the bathroom is and everything. There will be Wi-Fi there. But so if we need to, you know, check our emails or check Facebook, that's available to us. But if we're out and about and we need to talk to each other, hey, where are you, or something like that, we have no way to communicate. So those radios, why am I walking over here? Those radios are important. All right, let's hit the road. It's also going to make pickup exceptionally tricky because it's going to be in the auction listing. The address, the location is going to be in the auction listing in multiple places. It's going to be on the email that we send to the paid buyers. It's going to be on their invoice. There's still going to be a few people who don't read that, and they come here and they're upset that nobody's here. I'm here to pick up and nobody's here. It always happens. Now, normally what I'll do is I'll put my cell phone number on the door of the building. That way they can call. It'll basically say, pickup is not here. Check your email. If you have any questions, call my number. I can't do that because I won't have a working cell up there, which is going to be exceptionally tricky. If you remember last time I did a video doing one of these, I had a very angry customer. I came back and there were like 6 voicemails, and the guy was yelling through the phone saying, you will reimburse me for my gas to drive over to your warehouse when nobody was there. People, no matter how big you make the sign, they won't read it. So here's a fun little fact about Wisconsin. We're halfway north. Currently standing at the halfway point between the equator and the North Pole. Another thing about Wisconsin, so there are 4 places in the world that are kind of the center points for the globe. I'm gonna get inside the car, it's loud out here. So there are 4 spots on the planet. So you've got the equator, and then you've got the international date line and the prime meridian, Greenwich meridian, whatever, that cuts the globe into 4 spots, 4 quads. So the center of each of those, we're talking halfway between the equator and the North Pole, or halfway between the equator and the South Pole, and then halfway between the equator and the international date line, or the prime meridian. Is that the same thing? I don't know. I'm not going to look it up. There's like the Greenwich Meridian, the Prime Meridian, the International Dateline. Basically the equator, but that way. Halfway between those two. Two of those spots are in oceans. One of them is in the middle of nowhere in China or Mongolia. But the other one is in Wisconsin, near Wausau. 45 degrees by 90 degrees. And it's the only place you can actually go visit. I guess you can go visit the ones in the oceans, but that's going to be difficult. And you can go visit the one in the middle of nowhere in China or Mongolia, but it's in like a mountainous or a desert region or something. It's not going to be easy to get to, but the one in Wisconsin, center of the world, is the one you can get to. So that's just a fun little fact. And because I am currently standing or sitting right, you can see right there, over there, the marker for halfway north. If you go that way, I don't know how many miles, maybe 60, 70 miles from here, you get at the center point. It's just a little fun little Wisconsin fact. All right, let's get back on the road. Oh, and we have a bunch of these markers. This one that I'm at right now is on Highway 141 going north. But there's another one on Highway 41. It's an interstate that turns into a U.S. highway. If you're going up that one, it's another one of those markers. Keep an eye out for those signs that say geographical marker. I always stop at those little roadside things. And I'm gonna have fun trying to get out of here. Holy signs. I could add a few to my collection here. Going from the middle of nowhere, nothing but trees and rocks, to like 1,000 signs.
I'm a North Carolina boy. Yeah, we eat turtle and frog legs. Yes, sir.
So, I forgot to film out there, but I caught 6 fish. Not bad for my first time fishing. Just kind of hanging out here, getting a bonfire going. And just relaxing. Next 2 days are going to be really busy. There's no better way to really relax than up north at a cabin. All right, it's about 7 a.m. We're heading over there now, 7:30 a.m. I'm meeting the client at the bar. They have a bar on the campground. And then I guess we're going to do a walkthrough with the client one more time, and then we're going to get started. It's supposed to rain all day today, so that'll be fantastic. So we got this room here, just full of building materials and stuff. We're trying to organize it because it's the emptiest of the rooms. So anyways, it's raining a little bit, but we got a dumpster we're gonna throw some stuff in because this is just one of the rooms. But there's some decent stuff out here. We're selling that thing. So we dug a whole bunch of stuff out. We found this vintage stove here. There's actually some decent wood in this pile, but we also found 2 of these large PBR signs, probably 4 by 4 feet. I feel like I'm in a CCR song. It's sunny and it's raining. We got this trailer. It's got some tools and building materials in it. It's in pretty rough shape. This trailer I think will do well. Big steel trailer. It's in nice shape. It probably needs tires. Not probably. It needs tires. It's got a generator in it. So I'm going to cut the locks here so I can get pictures of it. Alright, and so we got a console for a pontoon boat. These big bins here. He didn't even know it, but there's a trailer down here. So we listed that just with the truck cap. Go for like $10 to get this homemade pontoon thing. I think they were shooting fireworks off of it. And then I just cleared some brush out from in front of this trailer. I mean, it's a rebuild. Ooh, he got the bloater running. I don't think I really showed much of the inside, but this is gonna be the last room we do. There's a lot of stuff here, but there's decent stuff. This machine's $1,700 new. I'm sure we'll get $400 or $500 out of it. The stove is staying, and we've got this second room here, which we'll be doing more in here. So this room was full.
You know what the most incredible thing that you missed was? I'm relatively silent when I'm finished.
Found 2 more arcade games and a soda machine hidden back here. We've got the loft up here too. I'm up top. That looks like a lot of junk. I'm just gonna dig around and see if there's anything good to pull out. And the rest we're just gonna sell contents of loft. We got 2 vintage refrigerators. These are kind of neat. They look all fancy. But I uncovered the edge of a large sign. If I were to guess, it probably says motel, but I'm very curious, so I'm gonna try and dig it out. All right, we got the radio off in this room, by the way, so hopefully I don't get a copyright claim from earlier. But it looks like it says motel. It's a big, probably 8-foot sign. That might do well. I honestly have no idea. What's in here? Clothes, maybe? I haven't looked at that. That might be a trash compactor. This one is pretty cool. It's got these little compartments and everything. Freezer, ice maker, I guess. I don't know. What else? We got a vintage chair here. Some more signs, some yard games. They did something with the fire department here. We need to get this door uncovered because people are going to need to be going in and out that door too, because whoever buys all of this wood, that's going to be much easier to haul out. This room is done. It's basically everything that's left in here is going to be one lot. I might pull that wire. Oh, sounds like the rain hit again. But basically everything in here is going to be one lot. I'm sure someone will buy it. Will they take it all? Probably not. I got what we can up there. Whatever's left is going to be one lot. The games, most of these worked. This one, Nintendo versus Golf, Mitch said he plugged it in and it sparked. But most of these, he plugged them in, they turned on. That's as far as we tested them. There's some good ones here. This is a good one. I think this is just a bar game, like poker or something. It's got an ashtray. That one I know was good. Over here, we're doing kind of some individual items. This is a really cool bike. It's missing the handlebars, but I like that. I got another older one here. This one I found in the other room. Donkey Kong Jr. This is good. It looks like, I don't know if that's original or if that's like a custom graphic. We got Galaga here. Over here, we're kind of just doing all of this furniture as one lot, except the antique chairs and the trunk. Let's see. This is, I think they said this is Video Pong. Yeah, Atari. We're doing individual items here. We got horseshoes. We got, these are bird houses. They're kind of neat. Train cars that are bird houses. I will be buying this because I'm collecting shopping baskets now. Cub Foods, they've been gone for a while. I think they may still have some locations in Minnesota, but none around here. These are kind of neat, vintage, old style posters. In this box, I found upstairs, these are like upholstery samples from, I don't know, the 50s, 60s. But there's a bunch of beer tap pulls that I found up there, including, there's a couple of Hams ones. Here we go. I think 3 of these. I think these will do really well. I don't know the market on these. A lot of your run-of-the-mill Miller, Bud Light, they aren't really worth much, but I bet these will do really well. You know, hauling trash out isn't our job, but we filled this dumpster over halfway. I'm so happy they brought this here because all of this stuff would be in our way. It's nice to not have it in the way. Finally got this door open. So I'm gonna pull this outside. That can stay out there. All right, so we got this room done today. A lot of the bigger stuff ended up in here. A lot of huge lots of stuff. Some cool stuff. We brought a bunch outside too that we haven't done yet because of the weather, but it'll just stay out there. We got this room done as well, but we're probably gonna be bringing more stuff in here because there's space. We got space on this table over there. We've got some signs. We've got all these games here, some furniture, heater, garbage can. This is all individual stuff. So we'll fill up this table and that one over there. Looks like we've got some more over here. A bunch of old beer taps here that I found up in the attic. Ooh, these are kind of cool. Werbelows, never heard of them. I'm sure they're local. But basically everything that's in this room is done. Except maybe this, I don't see a lot card on it. But we will be bringing more in here to fill those tables. And then in here, we got started over here. Can I help you?
I want a cheeseburger.
Go get a cheeseburger.
I'm gonna go get a cheeseburger.
All right, we got this big furnace listed. This corner, the stuff over there, and pretty much everything along this wall is done. Got some more signs here, but still have all of this to do. And a lot of this smaller stuff will be brought into the other room. Like the soda machine, another fridge, all of this wood. And this is all kind of like individual stuff. And then I've been bringing some stuff out here. It's the first time this door has been open in probably 25 years. This thing will get listed, and a few items over here as well. All right, it's about 7:30. We're just leaving now. We're gonna stop at some restaurant, get something to eat, and go back to the cabin. They're talking about having a bonfire, roasting marshmallows, having a couple of drinks. I don't have it in me. I'm going right to bed. I'm gonna take a cold shower because there's no hot water where we're staying. We'll take a cold shower and sack out for the night. After we eat, of course, because I'm exhausted. It's been a long day. Food was delicious. This place is called The Rustic. They got a whole bunch of drinks. I told them I'm not paying for the drinks. I'll pay for the food. And their bill was more than mine. And I paid for all of our food. All right, so this room is done. It's been done since we finished it yesterday. Just finished up this room here. A lot of stuff, smaller stuff in here. This one is gonna be really cramped. We're gonna have to be able to get these out on pickup day. I'm thinking we're gonna try and use this door. The dirt's kind of up, so we'll have to see if we can even get this door open. This next room is also done. I just finished this one up.
I got a roto zip.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You gonna do some zipping? So this room is basically done. Not basically, it is done. We got the Coke machine here. The contents of this corner is all one lot. Whoever buys this is gonna be really happy, I think, because there's some vintage benches. I think that's what those are. I don't wanna say that's what they are because I'm not certain. Let's see, dresser, fridge, we got some signage. Now I still need to come out here in the lean-to. There's gonna be a few lots. We've got all this firewood is gonna be one lot. We've got, this is already listed, this is the tank for that furnace, but we've got the stuff up on top of it. We got some stuff here, including some lumber. We've got this shed is gonna go, the stuff on top of the shed is gonna go. And there's a bunch of gas cans in here that are gonna go as well. This is a lot of firewood. Thankfully they can just, spider web. You can just pull up right there and go out, I think. Out here, this trailer is kind of in the way of it, but over here, I think if we take this tarp down, oh yeah, and they can just park right here. That would be nice and easy. We can take this tarp down. There's so much wood here, holy cow. This is probably, if you had to go buy this wood, it's already split, it's dried, it's been stored under a roof. I'm sure it got a little wet from blowing wind or blowing rain, but this has to be $300-400 worth of firewood here. Out here we've got this truck. There's more firewood here. I'm gonna list it. I don't know if anyone's gonna buy it. We got a trailer over here. I don't know if I showed you this side. We get this trailer too. It's in fairly nice shape, but the outside, they didn't use treated board, so you have to replace the outside. Replacing those wheels, I don't know if this is even gonna sell, because getting this thing on a trailer, because you're not gonna be able to pull this down the road like this. It's gonna need to be trailered. We'll see how that goes. I forgot to film. So I'm on another part of the property. We've got the sugar shack. They use it to make maple syrup. We've got a golf cart here that's been sitting for 15 years, and I don't know if it's gonna sell, probably not, but we're gonna give it a shot to make things easier for the client. But we get this shed as well. And a couple little things that are bringing their side-by-side up, and we're gonna haul these back to the building and do them. There were also a couple of aluminum boats that I don't think I can walk. I am so nervous about ticks out here. Let me see if I can walk over by them. Oh yeah, and we're supposed to do this van. You can kind of see the tail end of the boats. So I've been listening to incredibly loud thunder for the past half hour. It's gonna be a downpour any minute now, so I'm gonna quick try and get loaded up. We're done. This is gonna be fun for people with trailers on pickup day. Once some of the stuff gets cleared out, you'll be able to pull straight in and turn around, but for the beginning, you gotta back her in. Well, here it is. So I'm debating how bad I want to bring these back and that. All right, we are officially done. There's a chance we forgot a couple of things, but I think we got about all of it. And the rain let up quite a bit. So I am gonna go up by the bar. I'm meeting the client up there so he can let me in, because I need to go to the bathroom before I have an hour and a half drive home. And that's the only place where I can get a signal, because there's Wi-Fi up there. So I need to be able to GPS my way home. But it is 4:56, 5 o'clock basically. We were here since 8:30. I got here about 8:30. They got here about 9. So 9 to 5 today. And it was like 9 to 7:30 if I remember right. I've got it written down so we can track their hours. Yesterday, we took roughly half an hour lunch each day, which is paid. And I'm paying them for the drive time, round trip as well. And I spent probably $150 in food. So I'll calculate all of my costs at the end. This is only for the purposes of the video. We don't charge any of this to the client. This is just so I can see and you guys can see what the profit is on this. But we are all done here. We'll be back in about 2 or 3 weeks for auction pickup day. But I still need to get this all listed in the system and online when we get back, which I guess will take me about 2 hours. They don't really need to do anything with that. Normally it would be a lot quicker, but because I don't have Excel on my second computer, I've been using Google Sheets, and it didn't click for me that I need internet access to use that. So I was actually just typing a list in Word. So I'm gonna have to copy and paste all of that into an Excel spreadsheet to import it into our system. And then all the outside stuff, I just made a list on my phone in the Notes app. So I'll copy and paste, or actually I'll retype that from my phone into a spreadsheet. And that's it. Then it's just importing into our system and uploading. So I'm at the warehouse unloading, and I heard someone call my name. If you've been following the channel, you know we've got some roommates here, some neighbors. And they just arrived back for the summer. This is, I think, the 4th or 5th year we've had these cranes here. These are big birds. They're probably 4 feet tall. Let's see how close she lets me get. You know it's not a Resale Rabbit video without birds. She's letting me get nice and close. Hey, buddy. And the other one's over there. They almost walked into the building one year. Last year, we had 4 of them. Every other year, we've only had 2. But it always makes me happy that they come right back here. I think they live in this field. So here's an interesting thing if you've been following the channel for a little while. I work with the local historical society, and I try to recreate vintage older photos. Sometimes they're tough to find where they are though. So let me give you an example. This is a photo taken in the early 80s, I believe 1983. Hold on, let's skip through here. Oh, right there. Nope, other side, hold on, let me just do this off camera. All right, here we go. October of 1983 is when that picture was taken. So back to the picture. I tried Googling both these people's names. This is not a common name. And I found some information about the people, but I could not find the address of this building. I tried looking up 806, every address in the Green Bay area that has 806, and there are a lot of them. Could not find it. And spoiler alert, this building is not located at 806 anymore. It's 804 now. I don't know what the story is on that, but anyways, could not find anything about this place. I started looking for, it's in a residential neighborhood. This is kind of looks like it could be a house that was converted. So I was looking for residential neighborhoods that would have retail. We got some neighborhoods where it would make sense to have this, but still all residential. I just started looking up and down the streets on Street View. I was ready to just start driving around some neighborhoods that I thought it might be in. And there's a very strong possibility that this building has been torn down. However, when I was at the campground, I found Brown County Yellow Pages, 1982 and 1983. And I did ask for permission first. I said, this has no value. Nobody's going to buy this, but I could use it. So I asked them if I could have it. They said I could. And that is where I found it. Here, let's look. American Family Insurance, 806 South Military Avenue. 806, this is the place. However, when I look up it on Street View, and Military Avenue, not a lot of houses on there, so I thought there's a strong chance that this is all gone. So 806 brings up this building right here. We'll zoom in on it. This is the building. It could be they could have replaced the facade. Let's pull this up. It's very possible. Let's look next door to see if there is a house. Wait a minute. Look at that. Here is our building. The front door, look at the front door. It's still the same front door. The windows, it's probably the same shutters. This is our building. 806, 804. I don't know why the address changed, but that's it. And if you look next door at this house, same house, we got 2 windows up here, a chimney in the middle, a vent, brick on the bottom, 2 windows up here, chimney on top, brick on the bottom. The vent is gone, but they obviously replaced the siding here. And I'm gonna guess at this point it was actually a residence, and here it looks like it's a business now, which is why that big tree is gone. They probably got rid of the yard. So this is, a fairly busy street. I don't even know where this is. Oh, okay, so this is by like TJ Maxx and whatnot. So this is a really busy street. There are no houses down here anymore. This was probably a house at the time. There are a couple others that look like they may have been houses at one time. Somehow these addresses got switched. In the picture here, this is the only photo I have, so you can't really see what was to the left of it. Maybe it was just like an open lot, and 806 covered the whole thing. And so this was all 806, and maybe they sold this half of the building to develop it, and they just had to change the address on that. I don't know. But because of this phone book, a lot of people probably don't care about this whole long-winded thing, but because of this phone book, I was able to find it, and it will help me find a whole bunch of them. And no, I got lucky. That picture was taken in October of 1983. This is the 1983 phone book, so it's basically guaranteed to be in there. But even stuff from the 60s that doesn't exist anymore may have existed in 1983. So this is awesome to have, and it's going to be very helpful. And I've got a whole list here. I've got this sheet here, and this one here, and this one here. This one actually has a house, interior of a home. So I'm going to try and reach out to the owner and see if I can do the interior of that home. So we can do I have the date here. I must not have the date for that one. I didn't write it down. But we're going to be doing another one of those videos soon. That'll be on the other channel. So anyways, that's a fun little thing that I figured I'd mention. I have a strong feeling this will go over 10,000 because a lot of the bidding takes place. I always say most of the bidding takes place on the last day. If you have your items in an auction, I don't think this is exclusive to us. I think this is any auction. Don't even look at the auction until the last day because you are going to be stressed. But even of that, most of the bidding comes the last day. Still, a large chunk of it comes as the lots are closing. That's where a $5 item becomes a $100 item because 2 people go crazy at the very end. So my guess is we're going to finish around 11 or 12,000. We've got 36,000 views at this point, 108 people registered, 1,536 unique bids. Total bids, 846 unique bids. A unique bid is one person, one lot. So if I bid 3 times on the same lot, it counts as one unique bid. And this isn't important. Anyways, let's go. Wow, $2 for a trailer. Remember, this one is missing a wheel. The other tire needs replacing. It's in very rough shape. So that's why it's $2. But the client, I'm sure, will be very happy because they don't need to pay to have it removed. They did that with a couple of campers that I wish they would have left because I think they would have sold well. But they would have to pay to remove that. So they get $1 because under 10 bucks we take 50%, and they don't need to pay to get it out. This one's pretty good. It's a cool trailer, but it's a very specialized trailer, and it needs 4 new wheels or 4 new tires. 150 bucks for that. Didn't think that was gonna get a bid. That was one of those where they wanted it gone. I figured we'll throw it in there, see if someone buys it. $2. A lot of this outside stuff, no bids. This one made me nervous, but we're at almost 5,500 bucks. So I'm a lot more comfortable at that price. I was hoping for at least 5,000, and I think that's a good price right there. By the way, as this sits, I'm making 1,100 bucks on the sale. Well, because there's a 15% buyer's fee and a 6% seller's fee on it. This is getting bids. It just got a couple of bids, 54.75. And the bids were going crazy for a minute. I was bidding on this when it was like 10 bucks. It's a fire hydrant. I'm not going any higher than that. It would be cool to have a fire hydrant, but you know what? Screw it. I'm going to put one more bid down. We'll see what I get. Nope. Oh well. We're about 75 lots in and at 10,400 bucks. A little surprised. I don't think this camper or this mobile home is going to sell. No bids at all. You can get it for $2. If I had a piece of land to put it on, I absolutely would, because it would cost, what, 1,500 bucks to have somebody move it. That shed's at 65. This one's also a little surprising that there are no bids. It's, it's a decent sized shed. The dimensions are in there. I think it's like a 12 by 10 or something. You'd have to disassemble it and haul it away, but it's still a decent shed. It's $0 right now. Somebody must have a listening device in here, because as soon as I stopped filming, that got a bid. It got a bid by someone who lives in Indiana. So, probably not going to be picked up. $2 for the Sugar Shack. Oh, it moved too quickly. I'm liking where these are at 120. Not so much on that wood. The stuff on the bottom is much better wood. It looks like just a pile of junk on top. I think the person who bought the rest of the nice 2x6s, there's more of them on that lot. So I think I'm going to tell them, you can have it. Take whatever you want. And I think they'll take it, because it's a lot of really good wood. But you can't really tell in the picture. And it was at the bottom of the pile. There's not much we could do. You can't really, unless you unstack it all to get a better picture. These things are still going. I don't really collect beer stuff. Like, those are 4-foot by 4-foot signs. They're very large, and that would be the perfect thing to fit with my sign collection hanging up in the warehouse. But I don't really drink, so I don't really care much to collect beer stuff. Maybe if it was local, like if there was a Green Bay brewery, like Titletown Brewing, or why can't I think of any more? Hagmeister Park, do they brew their own? I don't think so. I think they're just a restaurant. Hinterland, that's the other one I was trying to think of. Then, yeah, I would probably buy it and hang it up in here because it's of local significance. But PBR, it's not Green Bay, and I'm not really a beer person. Same with like random gas station signs. I see a lot of those, which is good because those are the expensive ones. But it's right up my alley, but not quite. I'm bidding on these meter boxes for RVs because I feel like I can get like $100 a piece for them. I don't know if I go much higher. I just got to outbid on that one. I'll probably go to like $15 each, and that's about where I'm going to cut it off. All right, I got my max bid set at $15 each, except that one I have set at $17.50 just because I accidentally did it. So maybe I'll end up spending a little bit more on that one. We're at the arcade games, and these were at like $2 as of this morning. And they're going crazy at the end here. This one is pretty cheap. Not all of these work. I don't remember which ones work and which ones don't. If you click into it, you'll be able to read the description and know which ones do and don't. But I'm very happy to see these finally getting bids because those were making me nervous. And there's one right here. This one I was bidding on. Holy cow, look at that. My max was 75 bucks and I was winning it last night. I woke up and it was at like 500. Now it's at 1,300 bucks. Shout out to Sean. He's the guy who had the store in Connecticut. He's an expert in these arcade games. And I guess he spent a lot of years repairing them for a living. And that Atari Warlords tabletop, it's called a cocktail table game. He said it's worth like $2,000. He said, you know, I was like just buying it if you get it for 800 bucks or less, maybe 1,000. And so that was my thought. But then I looked at the listing and saw we listed it doesn't work. Power's on, but the screen has an issue, a glitch or something. So I don't know if I would have gone higher than 75. I probably would have gone to a couple hundred, but 1360, I think the client is going to be very happy because when they showed me the arcade games, first thing I said, are these worth anything? I think they thought they weren't really worth anything. So they're going to be very, very pleased with what they're getting out of these. I'm bidding on this for my shopping cart collection, and I got outbid on this. I couldn't find it on eBay, but it has like a $200 price tag. So I will go up to 15 bucks, we'll say. Let's see. I'm also bidding on this vintage cast iron tree stand. It's star shaped. I just think it's cool. This, I don't even remember what it was. I looked it up on eBay and I think that's my max bid. I put in very beginning of the auction a max bid and I think we're at it. I thought these were kind of cool. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. Anything else? There's one mug. Where is it? Where did we go here? Oh, right here. There's one mug. I'm not going to show it on camera because it's an adult-themed mug. I think it's funny, and I think it'd be a funny gift to give somebody. Some of these I thought about bidding on this campground sign. I don't know if I want to or not. Just because it's from this campground, so it'd be cool to have it hanging in our warehouse. Car manuals. Might be it for a little while. Here's some blower motors. You can see I got outbid on a lot of this stuff. Some vintage clothing. And that's as far as I can scroll for now. By the way, we're just about to 200 lots sold. So 40% through the auction. And we're at 14,700. So that means two things. Number one, since the bidding, like the live bidding started, the price has doubled. And number two, this is our highest auction we've ever done. Our highest before this was 11,000 something. In my head, 11,600 is what's coming to mind. But it was 11,000 something was our best one. So this is now our best auction ever, at least as far as gross sales. And we got it done in 2 days. I was very impressed by that. I thought it was going to take a lot longer. We actually would have scheduled this auction end like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Had I known we were going to get it done that fast. I think this Warlords game is finally going to sell. It keeps, I mean, it's 166. We're on lot 220 over here. It keeps getting bids at the last second, though. And I honestly can't believe it's this expensive. I'm sure the client is going to be absolutely jazzed about that. All right, we got 16 seconds left. Let's see if it closes or if it gets another bid. Sold. $2,405. Mitch is the one who tested it, and he said he thinks if you give it a good Fonzie hit, it would probably work. But obviously, we're not going to do that to a client's items. So my guess is it's probably just been sitting there unplugged for 20 years. So it just needs time to warm up or something. I don't know. But it's selling for over retail. Very excited about that. The arcade games really did well. Blew my expectations away, especially considering most of them were under $10 this morning. Now most of them sold for like $200-300 plus, couple over $500-600, and then the one for $2,300. I had to take a break from looking at the screen and walk around a little bit. I'm getting sore sitting too long. So all of those arcade games probably sold for about $5,000. Rough estimate. I didn't actually add them up. I had the opportunity to buy a whole bunch, like 10 games for like, I don't know, $1,000, $500, something like that. And I didn't have time to run up and pick them up. They were about an hour away. It was a Facebook Marketplace deal. I kind of wish I did now. I think I had like 2 days before I had to leave town for something, so there just wasn't time. So this auction, I'm super excited about it. My guess was that we were going to be somewhere between $10,000 and $15,000. My thought process is the backhoe, and I don't remember if I said this on camera. It's been like a month. The backhoe would be $5,000 to $10,000. Everything else would be about $5,000. Backhoe did 5,500, so it was on the low end of my estimation, but about right. Everything else is over 10 grand. We might hit, or we almost 10 grand. 5,500 for the backhoe. We're at like just over 15,000. I'm sure there's still half the auction to go. I'm sure we'll get that extra $500. So everything but the backhoe is now in my expectation for what the whole auction would be. And the backhoe is extra. So I think the client is going to be thrilled. I think they're going to be very happy once they see. I mean, I told them watch it at the end. It's always exciting. So I hope they're watching. The first 10 minutes or so was really worrisome because nothing was getting bids, but then it all started coming in. So I'll show you what the final sales total is once it's done. But that's going to be like 9:30 tonight, somewhere between 9 and 9:30. And I have to be leaving at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning to get there. And I still need to print all the invoices, which I can't do until after we're done. I need to charge everybody's credit card, which again, can't do until after we're done. And then I need to take apart my computer and box it up so I can bring it up there, which again, I can't do until everything is done. So I'm probably not getting home till 11 tonight. And then I have to be up super early tomorrow for a very long day. I'm dreading that. Now I see why some auction companies have a day in between. Maybe, I think next time we do a big auction like this, especially when it's so far away, because normally we start pickups at 11 a.m., which gives me time in the morning. But if we've got another one coming up after the sale that's about an hour and a half away down by Milwaukee. And I think that might be one where we'll skip a day, where we'll have the auction end on a Tuesday and then pickup will be Thursday instead of Wednesday. I think we just have to. We're finally finishing up. It's 8:56 p.m. I am winning this parts cabinet. I've got a max bid set for 50, so I'm pretty stoked about that. It's kind of a cool cabinet. All finished up. $16,456 was the grand total. 441 of the 533 lots sold. It says 534, but one of them, the first lot, is just a notice saying that it's not located at our location. It's not an actual item. So there were 533 lots. So we had 6 credit cards declined, but everybody else is paid in full. I'm sure the declines will pay at pickup. Usually that's the case. Sometimes we have to hound some people, but I am going to get this computer broken down because I have to bring this, and I think I'm just going to get up super early, and I know I'm going to regret this in the morning, and load up the trailer in the morning because it's after 9 o'clock. I'm tired. So, I already closed the page. The consignor is getting $13,342. All said and done, not including the stuff that I purchased, we are making $5,582 minus about $2,500 in expenses. So that's like $3,000 profit for 4 days work, I think. 2 days there setting up, 2 days there for pickups. So I should have left like half an hour ago. I'm still loading up the trailer. I'm just about done trying to find a dolly, but I wore pants today instead of shorts because there are ticks up there. I'm gonna have to change into shorts. I'm already roasting and it's 7:30 in the morning. I need shorts. All right, we're all loaded up. Really wish I did this last night, but also I got home so late last night. It's 7:48. We gotta book it out of here. And we have arrived. So I'm gonna go meet up with the client. I'll unlock the door and we'll get to work. So a lot of this outside stuff did sell. This trailer, I think this was a $2 trailer. The scrap metal and everything up there is sold. There's a few, I don't think this sold. I don't think the sawhorse is sold, which that surprised me a little bit. This lot didn't sell, but the people who got all the scrap metal lots, I'm just gonna tell them, take whatever you want out of here. What else? Very surprisingly, this sold. This lot of tires. This lot around the tree here, which is mostly tires and rims, that also sold. And that doesn't mean someone isn't here just for that dock section and they're gonna leave the rest. I don't know. This didn't sell, so I'm gonna let whoever wants it take it. This was the only trailer that didn't sell. Still has my tag on it. It's a little faded. This used to be bright orange. What else? This truck back here, that sold. Fire hydrant was about 200 bucks. This firewood was about 125. We didn't list this, so whoever buys the truck is gonna have to move it. I believe this block all sold. Trailer sold. Scrap metal. The guy who bought the trailer doesn't want the stuff in it, so I told him we can ask the scrap metal people if they want it. Of course, that thing sold, 5,500. What else? I'm not gonna walk around here too much just because there's a lot of ticks. My tags survived this. The other one that's stapled on, these are just taped on. They're completely bleached white, which is funny because the printing is perfectly fine, but the color of the tag, the orange, is gone. That sheet metal there sold for 40. That mower sold. I believe these were like 40 or 50 bucks each. I think that one was cheaper. Chimney block sold. Let's see, all this scrap metal that sold. This trailer went for 200 bucks. It's a super nice trailer. Of course, it's gonna need all 4 new tires, but it did sell. That truck cap sold, and there's what looks like a trailer under it. Don't know what the condition is. That trailer sold. That did not surprising. There's some fire block back there that didn't sell, which that surprised me a little bit. Fire brick, that is. None of the sheds sold except the smaller plastic one. Obviously, most of them are like this, but there are 2 that were in really nice shape that I'm a little surprised didn't sell. This gives you an idea of how much rain we got since we've last been here, because this was empty. I pulled this out from inside. So I didn't quite think about this. We've got our auction pickup signs. The arrows point to the side. Well, if someone's driving from this way on the street, you're less likely to see it. I should have got some of the arrows point up to go in that direction. I might have some of those made, but I kind of put them at an angle here so they're more noticeable. So I've got my computer all set up in the bar. That's the only place we can get. We're on their Wi-Fi because there's no cell signal here. And I've got a little Wi-Fi hotspot that I bring out when we do these. This is what I normally use, but that requires a cell signal. So I'm going back up to the building. Pickups officially start in 25 minutes. I'm sure there's probably already some people there trying to get in early before the rush. What they don't realize is that creates a rush. So we will clear this stuff out. So we're parked over there, and I've got my trailer there. The truck is close because the cash is in it. I blocked this off so people aren't parking there unless they're picking stuff up back there.
No.
We are full. This area cleared out a little bit. We've got a couple people who've picked up already. All this wood sold. Everything in this room, someone bought it. We'll see if it actually gets picked up. The game's in here. A lot of stuff in here. Some water down there. I'm glad no one bought that furniture lot because that chair is soaked. But not that big of a deal since it didn't sell. More stuff throughout here. In this room, a lot of the stuff didn't sell. You have like just these big piles of stuff that didn't sell in here. But the stuff in the middle here sold, like the signs and stuff. And then I guess we didn't walk back here yet. Someone bought this pile of stuff. We got mowers back here. All sorts of different stuff. More stuff going along down there. All this aluminum cans, that was sold. Spiderwebs all over it. We brought these outside when we were here. Someone also bought the contents of Loft, I think, and they spent like $2 or $3. I think they're gonna find some good stuff because we kind of rushed through looking up there, but like all of these came up there. We found some other really good stuff up there. I think they'll find some good stuff that we missed. It was super hot. We were short for time, and my back was killing me. Hunched over because it was only like a 4-foot ceiling. So I think they're gonna find some good stuff up there.
A little out of the way for you guys.
So I'm waiting for someone at the clubhouse to meet me up here. The golf cart, this is about the halfway point, and I was up here charging someone's card. So the golf cart buyer's meeting me up here, and we're gonna walk over to where it's located. It's toasty out. That water looks so tempting to jump in.
Give it.
That golf cart was awful to get up on the trailer. I helped the buyers for probably a good 20 or 30 minutes. They just had a tilt trailer, no winch or anything. Normally we don't help people load, but that was the one where I could tell if I didn't help them load, they were just gonna have to leave it. Oh boy. All right, let's go back up front. I'm sure they need help. A lot of cars here. It's emptying out fast. This guy came prepared. He brought a 4-wheeler. All right, this corner is marginally cleaned out. This is all cleaned off, all the stuff on and under that bench. Over here, a lot of the stuff over in this corner was cleared off. So it's clearing out pretty good here. Here's the best part of the day. Master Chef at work.
You gotta test your tongs, John. You gotta test them.
Yeah, that's like snapping a ratchet strap and saying that ain't going nowhere.
That ain't going nowhere.
If you don't do that, then it's just gonna blow up.
Yeah.
I had to come back up here again to show someone a boat that they bought or on the other side of the property. So I just hopped on the back of his trailer and he drove me over. Much easier than walking. It's a bit of a hike across the property like this. I kind of regret not renting like a little 4-wheeler or side-by-side or something for this. I think if we ever get to the point where we're doing a lot of auctions on properties like this, I might buy one. It's a lot of walking and it's a little exhausting. Well, it looks like they're here hauling the truck away. I think the truck sold for like 90 bucks. It's been sitting for over 10 years, but he did find the keys inside. No title or anything. So I asked him if he was gonna part it out. He said he's just scrapping it. I didn't think he could make money buying it for 90 bucks scrapping it, but he knows what he's doing. That is such a cool truck. This trailer's getting picked up. He just took the sides off. It was all full of styrofoam. We thought it was scrap metal. This was the one that I thought about buying if I didn't already have my trailer hooked up here. Tim found this on a lot that he bought. So it's the original street sign. Tim bought a lot that was just like one of those corner lots, everything, all this stuff. And, you know, had we seen this, we would have put it on its own, absolutely. Because given what a lot of the Boulder Lake Lodge stuff sold for here, I think it would have gone for 200 bucks. But anyways, Mitch was helping him bring his stuff out, and he found this buried under a bunch of stuff. So I bought it from him for 40 bucks. Tim spent $4 on all the stuff. He got 40 out of me. I'm in debate. Part of me wants to hang it in the warehouse as a memento to this auction. Part of me, because we're going to be doing another auction out here soon this fall, I might bring it back and just consign it to my own auction. It's like Uber, but safer. All right, day one is done. This room pretty well emptied out. The church pew's gone. A lot of this wood is gone. Vending machine. The person who bought this is coming back tomorrow to get more of it. I don't know how much cleared out up there, but they're done. They left a lot of stuff, but cleared a whole bunch out, I guess, so that's good. Coming back in here, this room really emptied out. There's so much breathing room in here. This game, Mitch bought for 60 bucks. And then this one, someone still needs to pick up. And that's it for the arcade games. This furniture back here didn't sell, so that's being left behind. Unsolds we're leaving here. Normally, we'll try to give them away for free. We might take some stuff, but the sellers want to keep everything that's unsold. This room is not a whole lot of change because that didn't sell, and these big lots didn't sell. I know this door sold. Whatever that is might have sold, I'm not sure. I don't think that sold. That sold. So there's a few things yet to get hauled out of here. That stove sold. Out here, we got a scrapper who's picking all this stuff up. It's sold. They're coming back, but pretty much all the mowers are gone except this one. And the guy was here. He bought a trailer and a couple other things. He's coming back for that tomorrow. We cleared out a lot of stuff. I think tomorrow will actually be fairly easy. There isn't much left. All right, I'm taking my truck with the trailer down this snowmobile trail. This should be interesting. Oh, I wanted to add, I'm not sure if I mentioned on the video, the guy who bought the backhoe, he told me that he wasn't even going to bid on it, not a single bid, if there wasn't a video of it running. So I think the power of having videos on the listings is huge, and it's a lot more work to do it, not just to record the video. If there's any editing, we have to actually upload it to YouTube. We have a YouTube page, Titletown Auctions, where we post little videos like that. But in this case, I edited it to put like along the bottom our logo and the website and everything. But then to actually import it into the system and everything, it's a lot more work. So we're not going to do it on a lot of things. But anything higher value like that, like if we get cars or something and we want to show a video of it starting up, I think it's something that we're going to do more often, because I think that really helped push the bid on it. And like I said, the guy said he wasn't even going to bid if it didn't have the video. So it might have gone for quite a bit less. We might have made an extra $2,000 off of it because of the video. So I got all my purchases in here and a couple of Tim's. Tim bought that, the shovels, this. This is a bummer. This didn't survive the trip. It was in a really rough shape, but it was a cabinet that held like plans, woodworking plans. It's vintage. It was all water damaged. I wasn't certain if it was gonna make it, so it's just gonna end up in the dumpster. But all the plans are still there, and this front I might hang on to, mounted on the wall. But that's gonna get hung up in the warehouse. This parts cabinet, I'll show you when I can get closer to it, is gonna hang up in my garage. And I think that workbench is gonna go in my garage too. I haven't decided yet. I think this will still be cool. I'm not gonna put the rest of them in until another day. I'm just gonna bring it in and then get a box for all of those. The cabinet might be gone, and this like tilted forward to have access to storage in the back, which is where all these were. I think it's still cool. Worth the $2. This was in it too. This would have been really cool if the corner wasn't ripped off. I don't know how old this is. I would guess 1950s or 60s. It's from Boulder Lake. This is really neat. My basket collection is getting bigger. This one is what I picked up in the auction. I think I spent like 10 bucks on it. I bought this steel workbench for like 25 bucks. It was buried, so I couldn't see the top. This is very weird to me. It's damaged, but look at what the top is made of. Just this thin paneling. And I mean, you can't put anything thicker than that, otherwise you're gonna have a lip. I was thinking maybe just have someone cut a piece of steel and put it there. I don't know why this would have been such flimsy material. Even down here, it's like plywood, it's thicker. But this looks kind of like it says the vape. I don't know what that means, but it's kind of cool. vintage looking. It's on wheels. I think this would be nice in the garage. I just have to replace this top. And then this steel cabinet's going in my garage. We got a bunch of little organizers in here. I'm not sure what I'm gonna use it for, but it's sitting on the edge of that, so it wants to lean forward. I think that'll be cool hanging up in the garage. All right, so it's 8:45. I'm just about out of here. I'll be home by 9, shower, go right to bed because I've got an early morning tomorrow. So, I walked over 20,000 steps today. Uphill both ways. It was exhausting, but it was so much fun and I enjoyed it. It was a beautiful day out. We were up on the lake. I love doing these. And this one, the scenery couldn't get much better. Yeah, got another early morning tomorrow. I'm gonna save all of this for Friday. I'll go through it. See you in the morning. Anybody else having issues with Google? People have a business page on Google. For those who aren't familiar, we have a separate business called Wisconsin Liquidation Center. We're open 5 times a year for 2 weeks at a time. So when we're not open, our hours on Google, it says temporarily closed. Every single time we do that during the sale, at some point it changes. I just got an email from Google saying, oh, we changed it to open. So we're open now, according to Google. And I have to go, and my computer is at the campground, so I can't go and do it until, I guess I could log on when I get up there tomorrow. But why would you just do that? I don't understand why Google does that. Last time in between the sales, they changed it from temporarily closed to permanently closed. Even though there's a spot where you could put opening date on, and we had an opening date, and that hadn't come close to passing, they decided that we're permanently closed. I wish Google would just leave us alone. I'll put in my hours, I will put in the status of the business, and if that changes, I will change it. You don't need to do that for me, Google. I mean, at the very least, send me something that says, hey, are you open? Yes or no? We're about to change it to open. Or, hey, are you permanently closed? Yes or no? We're about to change it. You have 7 days to respond. Not just, hey, guess what? You're permanently closed. Or, hey, guess what? You're open now. Isn't the internet supposed to make things easier? All right, that was my rant for the day. Every video there needs to be a rant. Otherwise, I can't be the crotchety old guy one day if I don't have rants all over the internet, right? All right, pickup's day 2. I'm about 15 minutes away. I had such a hard time getting out of bed this morning. I was so tired. I walked 21,000 steps yesterday. That's 10 miles. So today's probably gonna be pretty similar. We got a convoy going through the woods here. This is what they're using to haul the thing away. That backhoe is paying for itself already for them. A customer was asking if they would load, they got like a big generator, they would load their trailer for them with that. So I brought it up to the guys who bought the backhoe and I said, hey, you're under no obligation. You can say no. If you want to charge them, you can charge them. They just wanted me to ask you. And he said, yeah, we'll do it. $30. So they're getting $30. That makes 5,500 minus 30. 50. Uh-oh. I just heard the engine cut off. So you do the math. I don't do public math. Customer that bought that room full of stuff, they finished and said I can have whatever I want. On a Betamax player, if this works, it's probably $300. If it doesn't work, maybe $100. But then in this box, a ton of these pins, a ton of snowmobile patches, there's some vintage maps in here. I think I can probably get at least $100 for the stuff in this box. And I haven't even dug all the way. All right, so everybody is officially paid up now, so we can issue a check right away to the consignor. There is one person who has to pay it. Their card was declined, but it was $3. I'm not going to make the client wait over $3, and they did reach out to us like 20 minutes after their card declined and apologized and said they want to give us a different card number, but they want shipping. So I said we can only charge it, rather than charging the card now for the $3 and then calling you on Friday to get the number again, we'll just wait till Friday and do it all together. So in my eyes, that means everything is paid, and it's clearing out pretty good. All right, so we're basically done. We're waiting on 2 more people to pick up, and it's 4 o'clock, so we got an hour and a half. I would love to send at least one person home, but we're planning on eating at one of the restaurants out here after we're done, so I'm just gonna have to pay $60 or whatever it comes out to have him hang around so we can go eat later, which I'm paying for the food anyway. Computer's all broken down. This is my 5th day here now. 1 day just to look at, 2 full days of setup, and 2 days of pickups. And I haven't actually walked down and checked out the lake yet, so I think I need to do that. There's a snake at every single auction now. You'll soon understand what that means. The water is just crystal clear. This is so nice. Crystal clear, and that can't be but a few feet deep. This is such a nice lake. Apparently it's spring fed. I can see why they like it here. Maybe one day I'll retire and open up a campground like this. Or buy theirs. As far as I know, they don't have kids. So maybe by the time I retire, they'll be ready to sell. All right, grab the signs and we'll head out of here. All right, heading out now. The trailer is packed full. And Mitch and Tim are gonna be angry because it's 20 after 6 and they left at 5:30. And we're meeting at a restaurant about 40 minutes from here. But they wanted to get some drinks, and I don't drink. So I guess that gives them time. I hope they're not gonna have too many drinks because I can't fit them in here to drive them back to Green Bay. We're all done though. Auction's over. I'll probably make a little bit more money selling the stuff that I bought in the auction, the stuff that I got for free in the auction because people didn't want to take all of their stuff. I found some cool stuff in that room where they finished emptying out what they wanted and they said you can have the rest. So anyways, that was a campground auction. We've got an estate auction that's actually going to be next week. In 5 days, this estate ends, and I did this one by myself, going through, doing all the pictures and everything. So we'll have another similar video, but it's a little bit different because it's not a barn full of stuff. It's a house that somebody lived in, all the stuff in there. So hope to see you in that video. I guess subscribe. I don't know. See you later. All right, now it's time to get some dinner.
Tim, I didn't know that you were walking the fence.
Oh my God. Snackies.
I don't think they're coming.
I don't think he's supposed to do that either.
It just says no dogs. Come on. Come here. Come on.
Oh dear. You cannot easily go in here. There's a sign.
Tim,
I can't read.
Tim. Don't let your inner inhibitions take control. Control your urges.
Come here.
I have a message for all the deer.
They corral them.
Bambi's mom has died. You know, Tim's the reason why we can't have nice things.
What doesn't make any sense? Like, what is the point of this?
To feed them.
Well, fuck, gate right
No,
there.
for the public to feed them so they don't get in
Feed
the
them what?
things.
It's to get curious people to look inside and ask
Too
questions.
bad there wasn't like a thing in there that was like, fuck are you looking at?
Dude, it's their mailbox. That's how the deer get their mail.
All their
Fan mail.
bills.